Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. There's something quietly mesmerizing about Elle Fanning, something you can't quite articulate at first glance. And yet the more you look, the more you're drawn in by the surreal elegance she exudes. But what truly makes people stop in their tracks isn't just her beauty, her porcelain complexion, her dainty yet piercing blue eyes, or her unmistakable fashion sense. It's her size. Yes, that's right. Elle Fanning's actual size is one of the most shocking and underappreciated aspects of her celebrity mystique. Because when most people think of starlets, they envision petite, delicate frames, easily swallowed by designer gowns or towering next to male co-stars on camera with the aid of clever cinematography. But Elle defies that stereotype. At an incredible 5 feet 9 inches tall. Yes, that's just shy of supermodel territory. Elle Fanning is not just graceful, she is commanding. She doesn't merely arrive at red carpet events. She floats in like a goddess, drawing every camera lens and turning heads so sharply, you'd think she was leading a fashion revolution. And while some fans might assume that Hollywood cameras inflate appearances, it's quite the opposite for Elle. In photographs, she looks classically elegant. In person, she's towering. A living sculpture of modern beauty fused with vintage glamour. It's no wonder fans who encounter her on the streets, at premieres, or in paparazzi candids do a double take, their jaws subtly unhinging, their internal monologue whispering, "Wait, is that Elle Fanning? She's that tall." The truth is, her size has become a signature part of her allure. It's not just height, it's presence. And Elle Fanning has more of it than nearly anyone in the entertainment industry today. Whether she's standing next to A-list actors or posing alone against a backdrop of flashing lights, Elle always seems like she's floating above the room. Not because she tries to, but because she was born to. What makes Elle's size all the more fascinating is how it juxtaposes with her gentle, almost fairy tale-like features. She has the face of a storybook princess and the height of a runway queen, and she knows how to use it. At events like the Cannes Film Festival or the Met Gala, Elle chooses gowns that accentuate her tall frame, flowing silhouettes, dramatics, necklines, elongated gloves, plunging cuts, delicate trains. Each outfit feels like a masterpiece painted just for her. Designers clamor to dress her, not just because she's famous, but because she wears fashion the way it was meant to be worn, with elegance, power, and movement. Every piece drapes differently on Elle. Her height gives structure to softness, turns simplicity into statements. A gown that might overwhelm someone else becomes ethereal on her. Her size becomes the canvas, and fashion becomes the art. But even off the red carpet, Elle turns heads. Street-style photographers have captured her in simple jeans and oversized blazers or ballet flats and sun hats, looking like the heroine of a 1960s Parisian romance. There's a certain confidence in the way she strolls, unbothered by gawking fans or sneaky paparazzi. Her posture always impeccable, her stride measured and poised. It's like she knows something the rest of the world doesn't. Some quiet secret about power and presence. And that secret, perhaps, lies in her ability to embrace what once made her feel awkward. Elle has often spoken about being self-conscious about her height growing up. In her early teens, she shot up quickly, surpassing many of her co-stars and even adult colleagues. As the younger sister of Dakota Fanning, who herself made headlines as a child star, Elle was constantly being compared. Yet she was physically very different, taller, leaner, a bit more reserved at first, but always brimming with potential. It wasn't until she began embracing her uniqueness, including her height, that Elle fully stepped into her own spotlight. And what a spotlight it is! From Maleficent to the Great, Elle has shown that she's more than just a pretty face. She's a force. And that force, combined with her undeniable physicality, is why people can't stop staring. But let's be honest, this isn't just about height. It's about the way height plays into beauty, fashion, femininity, and ultimately power. Because in Hollywood, being tall as a woman can be a double-edged sword. You risk being seen as too dominating, too boyish, too intimidating for certain male leads. Some actresses slouch or wear flats to appear shorter. Not Elle. She leans into it. She wears heels. She straightens her shoulders. She owns her frame, and in doing so, she challenges outdated notions of what feminine beauty looks like. That's why the internet can't get enough of her. From Reddit threads to TikTok montages, there are thousands of posts dedicated to her height, her elegance, her red carpet moments where she towers gracefully above everyone else. She's become a fashion icon, not just for her choices, but for the way her physicality enhances every look. She is one of the few actresses whose size enhances her mystique, rather than detracts from it. And when you pair that with her acting talent, her emotional depth, and her professionalism, you get a complete package that's rare in today's celebrity landscape. Fans who've seen Elle in person often describe her as unreal, like a doll but 10 feet tall, or otherworldly. And it's not just fans. Even stylists, directors, and photographers gush about her presence. She doesn't need to say anything to fill a room. She walks in and the air changes. And that's not hyperbole. It's the reality of Elle Fanning's aura. The very size of her, physically and artistically, makes her unforgettable. It's the kind of rare magic you can't train, manufacture, or replicate. It's natural. It's effortless. It's Elle. But behind all the glam and red carpet flashbulbs is a young woman who, despite being raised in the limelight, carries herself with the humility of someone who genuinely loves her craft. Elle has never been one to chase controversy or media stunts. She lets her work and her presence do the talking. And when it comes to her size, she doesn't boast, but she doesn't hide it either. Instead, she celebrates it in quiet, confident ways. From the way she poses in photos to the way she moves on screen, whether she's portraying historical queens, enchanted princesses, or quirky modern heroines, Elle brings her full self to the role. And yes, that includes all 5 feet and 9 inches of her. Her size also plays beautifully into her on-screen roles, especially when paired with historical or fantasy costuming. In The Great, where she portrays Catherine the Great, Elle's regal height helps create a visual dynamic that feels authentic and commanding. The sweeping gowns, elaborate hairdos, and towering sets feel tailor-made for someone of her stature. And when she stands opposite male co-stars, there's never a moment of imbalance. She never shrinks herself. She rises, and in doing so, elevates the entire scene. And it's this ability to embody both physical and emotional stature that sets Elle apart. Her size isn't just about inches, it's about impact. She doesn't dominate with volume or aggression, but with quiet, graceful magnitude. She's like a cathedral in a field of cottages, stunning, peaceful, undeniable. And that's why fans can't look away. That's why people stare. That's why jaws drop when she enters the room. And yes, that's why the phrase, "try not to drool," isn't just clickbait, it's a challenge. But let's not pretend this is just about physical admiration. The fascination with Ella's size is deeply tied to her artistry. She uses her frame to tell stories, to express vulnerability, strength, fragility, passion, in a world where actors often contort themselves to fit into roles. Elle expands the roles to fit her, and this expansion, this refusal to shrink, becomes a metaphor for her entire career. She's not here to play small. She never was. From her breakout roles as a child to her transformation into a leading lady, Elle has proven that she can carry weight, emotional, cinematic, artistic, and still look like she's gliding on air. Her height is not just a fact, it's a symbol of growth, evolution, and the kind of womanhood that doesn't need to apologize for taking up space. In a culture obsessed with trimming, minimizing, and reducing women to digestible sizes, Elle Fanning stands tall, literally and figuratively. She reminds us that beauty can be bold, that elegance can have height, that presence can be gentle yet powerful, and she does it all with a smile that feels both timeless and brand new. So yes, her actual size will make you look twice, and maybe, just maybe, it'll make you rethink what beauty and grace can truly look like. And if you catch yourself staring too long, don't worry, you're not alone. Just try not to drool. So the next time you see Elle Fanning in a film, or walking the runway-like steps of the Met Gala, remember, she's not just tall. She's towering in talent, style, and presence. A true Hollywood queen with a look that demands a double take. And yes, we dare you not to drool.